Good morning. This is Pastor Jason of Kona Faith Center with a word for today. And the word for today is imagination. Let your light, Father, illuminate the eyes of my imagination. There's a word of faith doctrine that says if you can see it, you can have it. Letting the Father's light illuminate the eyes of my imagination, flooding me with His light until I experience the full revelation of the hope of His calling. This is how we see. Jesus said that I only do what I see the Father doing. The way this works for me is I begin to pray in the Spirit, inviting the Holy Spirit to open the eyes of my understanding, to illuminate the eyes of my imagination until He reveals something to me. In this process, many times I'll see a picture that has meaning. In this process, many times a storyline or a scenario will unfold, and I will see myself doing something. And through this process, the Holy Spirit brings me a revelation of His call, a revelation of His desire, a revelation of what He wants to do in partnership with me. Now, I've learned some things about this process over the years. I've learned that while I may see what the Holy Spirit is showing me, that does not mean I totally understand what He's showing me or saying to me. So I usually put what He's showing me on the back burner to let it simmer until I come to a more complete understanding. I also live by the biblical principle of letting every word be established by the witness of two or three. What I mean by this is I want God to speak to me in two or three ways, and usually two or three different times before I jump off the Empire State Building. Whoa, this means that I need to spend a lot of time with Him ahead of time so that I've had time for the two or three ways. I have learned that I can see something, know it's the Holy Spirit showing it to me, want what He's showing to me, agree it's His will, and yet not be fully convinced or fully persuaded, not be in a confident expectation. So before I jump, I'll consider, I will ponder, I will meditate, I will speak in faith until I'm fully convinced, fully persuaded, and definitely in confident expectation. I've learned that it's difficult to translate something that the Holy Spirit has shown me in the spirit realm into the natural realm. Many times I've seen something, heard something in the spirit that makes total sense to me, that captivates me, that arouses passion and enthusiasm in me, and sat down to study it so I'll be able to communicate it effectively in the natural realm, and find that it takes days to translate it from the spirit to the natural, which leads me to slow down, let things simmer, take the time to write it out, take the time to process it before I leap. I've also learned that the things I see, the things I hear in the Spirit, never seem to translate perfectly. What I mean by that is it never works out exactly as I perceived that it would. The conclusion I've come to about this is that the Lord is moving me to action by showing me a like and type, a metaphor, a simile. I think this is a biblical principle. I think this is an incredibly important point in this process. The recognition that it never works out exactly as I imagine keeps me dependent on Him. Keeps me in a confident expectation for the leading of the Holy Spirit. It's so easy to think I have an understanding and then try to do something on my own. God never asks me to do something on my own. He always invites me to participate with what He is doing. I hear Him calling you to participate with Him. One of the main ways He invites me to participate with Him is letting His light illuminate the eyes of my imagination. Let His light flood your imagination until you experience the full revelation of His invitation to participate in what He is doing. The word for today is imagination. God bless. Check in.